the government of the then President, Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida, commenced the degree program in NDA, and it was started with the Faculty of Arts and Social Science and the Faculty of Science. And over time, in 1987, the Faculty of Engineering came on board times and the contemporary challenges. Other faculties were added, such as Faculty of Military Science and Interdisciplinary Studies. And we also have the youngest, which is the Faculty of Management. All these faculties came on board in order to address the growing needs of the Nigerian Armed Forces. And in the early 2000s, the Nigerian time, until we currently host over 140 programs at the postgraduate level. The Nigerian Defense Academy do the postgraduate school meet the needs of our traditional core clients, which is the armed forces, but it's also serving the civilian populace with specialized security courses that are only peculiar to the Nigerian Defense Academy. In our midst here today, we have Aremu Cole Kainde, the Director, NYC Northwest Area Office. Please kindly rise up for recognition, please. A round of applause for our guest, please. Also here present with us, we have the Deputy Director, Northwest Africa Office, Kaduna, in the person of Garba Fage. Please, Garba Fage, please be on your feet for recognition, please. A round of applause for him. Also here present with us is a representative of the Registrar of JAMB, and the person of Hajia Hadiza Ibrahim, who is representing. A round of applause for her, please. Please, Habibu Yushai, representing Controller of Immigration, Kaduna State Command. Please do a round of applause, please. I mispronounce the name. Zora, State Coordinator, NYC Kaduna State. Please be on your feet for recognition. A round of applause for him, please. Also, we have a very senior military personnel here present, and the President of Major General M.A. Abdullahi, Commandant Depot, Nigerian Army. Please, kindly be on your feet for recognition, please. We are most delighted to have your presence with us. So, as I was earlier narrating, the Nigerian Defense Academy is one of its kind institution in Nigeria. It is one of its kind institution because it has a unique blend of both military training and academic training. And so the cadets that you see here present today have gone through the rigor of being trained combatants and at the same time acquiring their degrees. So we see that it takes a lot of strain, a lot of pain for them to reach this peculiar position that they have acquired. And that is why peaks, the very best that they can lay their hands on, occupy this peculiar and very important position of protecting the territorial integrity of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. The Nigerian Defense Academy, and we have very peculiar programs that are highly sought of, both within and outside the country. We have programs that are completely have evolved facing. We have departments of defense and security studies. We have departments of military science. We have departments of cybersecurity, apart from the other hosts of traditional departments that are normally present. It's all right. Sorry, we have an announcement here. Somebody lost, I think he has a timer with a location facility. Please, if it's yours, kindly step forward to identify it so that we can be able to hand it over to you. Thank you. So the Nigerian Defense Academy has very peculiar courses that have helped to shape Nigeria's security architecture, courses that have evolved over time that are only found in the Nigerian Defense Academy. That's why Nigerian Defense Academy, it's a very important pillar and citadel of learning in Nigeria. And while we will be awaiting the arrival of the guest speaker, we'll request the band to kindly play some light music until they are in close proximity. Thank you. Any other announcement or recognition? I'll step forward, or my co-compare will come over and do the same. Thank you so much. Please, band. The floor is yours.
Academy Auditorium, Nigerian Defense Academy, Afaka. This brief is to acquaint you with the orientation of the auditorium as well as security and safety arrangements in place herein. In case of emergency, please do not panic. There are 14 exit doors in this auditorium, 12 on the ground floor and 2 on the top floor that lead you out of the main hall of this auditorium. Please get yourself acquainted to the exit door closest to you. There are 2 exit doors on either side of the high table. The door labeled Exit A is exclusively reserved for the Commander-in-Chief, the special guest of honor, the Commandant, as well as his principal staff officers. On the other hand, the door labeled seated at the ground floor of this auditorium, there are doors labeled Exit C, D, A, and F to your left. On the other hand, use the exit closest doors just behind them. 2 exit doors just behind the main hall of the auditorium. For convenience, there are restrooms situated within the auditorium which are clearly indicated. For safety and precaution, the auditorium is equipped with fire extinguishers and fire alarms strategically placed. Moreover, a manned firefighting truck is stationed just close to the premises of the Academy Auditorium. In case of any medical emergency, there is an ambulance stationed within the premises of the Academy Auditorium. In an unlikely event of a fire outbreak or security breach, guests and participants are please requested to leave the auditorium in an orderly manner, using the exits closest to them, to allow the authority of the Academy time and space to combat the situation. Thank you for listening. Relax and enjoy the program. Welcome to the Academy Auditorium, Nigerian Defense Academy, Africa. This brief is to acquaint you with the orientation of the auditorium as well as security and safety arrangements in place herein. In case of emergency, please do not panic. There are 14 exit doors in this auditorium, 12 on the ground floor and 2 on the top floor, that lead you out of the main hall of this auditorium. Please get yourself acquainted to the exit door closest to you. There are 2 exit doors on either side of the high table. The door labeled Exit A is exclusively reserved for the Commander-in-Chief, the Special Guest of Honor, the Commandant, as well as his principal staff officers. On the other hand, the door labeled Exit B on the high table is readily available for other special guests. If you find yourself seated at the ground floor of this auditorium, there are doors labeled Exit C, D, A, and F to your left. On the other hand, Exits G, H, I, and J are to your right. Please use the exit closest to you. However, those seated at the middle of the rear rows on the ground floor are to use the 2 exit doors just behind them. For those on the top floor of the auditorium, you are either at the inner recess 1 or 2. There are 2 exit doors just behind you that will lead you to the staircase. This staircase will ultimately lead you to the general exits out of the main hall of the auditorium. For safety, a manned firefighting truck is ambulance stationed within the participants are please requested to leave the auditorium in an orderly manner, using the exits closest to them to allow the authority of the program. Welcome to the Academy Auditorium, Nigerian Defense Academy in place herein. In case of emergency, please do not panic. There are 14 exit doors in this auditorium, 12 on the ground floor and 2 on the top floor, that lead you out of the main hall of this auditorium. Please get yourself acquainted to the exit door closest to you. There are 2 exit doors on either side of the high table. The door labeled Exit A is exclusive. The door labeled Exit B on the high table is readily available for other special guests. If you find yourself seated at the ground floor, on the other hand, closest to you. However, those seated at the middle of the rear rows on the ground floor are to use the 2 exit doors just behind them. For those on the top floor of the auditorium, you are either at the inner recess 1 or 2. There are 2 exit doors just behind you that will lead you to the staircase. This staircase will, for convenience, Academy
of dignitaries.
Africa. This brief is to acquaint you
I would like
with
to
the orientation
recognize
of
the
the
presence
auditorium
of
as well as
Major
security
General
and safety
S.
arrangements in
Ibrahim.
place herein. In
Major
case
General
of
S.
emergency,
Ibrahim is the 8th DG of the NYSC. Sir, please, can you please be on your feet for recognition? Major General S. Ibrahim. Please, let's put our hands together for Major General S. Ibrahim. Thank you very much, and thank you for coming. At this instance, we also like to welcome Brigadier General A.G. Mahmuda. Brigadier General A.G. Mahmuda happens to be the former Academy Registrar of the Nigerian Defense Academy and presently the Commandant, Warrant Officers Academy, Jaji. Sir, please, can you please stand up for recognition while we put our hands together for you? Welcome, sir.
18th, it's 18th, not 8th.
At this instance, we also like to welcome Professor S.B. Junaidu. Professor S.B. Junaidu is the Dean, Student Affairs of ABU Zaria, and is representing the Vice Chancellor, Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria. Sir, can you please stand up for recognition? Thank you, sir. Let's put our hands together for Professor S.B. Junaidi. While we anticipate the coming of our special guest, you may want to go through page 4 of the program before you to see how the event of today will roll out. Upon the arrival of the special guest, we expect the special guest to drive to the auditorium by 10:00 hours. Thereafter, there will be procession, followed closely by the national anthem of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. After that, we'll have the commandant's welcome address and a short documentary on the 71 regular course. The citation of the guest lecturer will be taken, closely followed by the convocation lecture. There shall be souvenir presentation, followed by the vote of thanks and the national anthem, thereafter the group photograph, after which we'll have a tour of the academy, thereafter the lunch. All things being equal, we are not expected to stay more than 2 hours once the program kick off. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, permit me at this instance to also run through the member of academic board of the Nigerian Defense Academy. This group is led by the academic provost in person of Engineer Professor I. Garba. Then we have Brigadier General A.M. Tukor, who happens to be the academy registrar. Dr. Lawan Umar, the academy librarian. Professor Y.A. Umar, the Dean, Postgraduate School. We have Professor J.K. Aremu, the Dean of Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences. Professor Mrs. O.A. Babatunde, the Dean, Faculty of Science. Captain, Nigerian Navy, Associate Professor I.R. Seidu, the Dean, Faculty of Military Science and Interdisciplinary Study. Professor J. Okpanashi, the Dean, Faculty of Management Science. Professor B.J. General Studies. Professor S. Garba, Director, Academic Planning. Professor M.N. Namadi, Managing Director, the Director, NDA Consult. Lieutenant Colonel Professor A.S. Umar, Head Center for Creativity and Science Innovation. Professor M.Y. Onimisi, Head Center of Renewable. Dr. Mrs. Emeka Ogbonna, Professor M.S. Abdusalami, Head Imam, Head Center for Languages and Complex Military Operations. Department of Economics, Dr. A. Dadan Garba, Head Department of Geography. Dr. V.S. Akran, Head Department of History and War Studies. Professor A.N. David, Head Department of Political Science. Dr. H.M. Aigboje, Head Department of Psychology. Engineer Dr. S. Ahmad, Engineering. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, these are the members of the academic board, inclusive with all the professors in the academy. At this instance, we also like to take us through the chronicle of the academic provost of the Nigerian Defense Academy from 1985 till date. As we all know, in the year 1985, the Nigerian Defense Academy became a degree awarding institution. Thereafter, the academic provosts were appointed to steer the affair of the Defense Academy. This was led by Professor S.C. Ukpabi. He took over the mantle who started this provost on 1st June 1985. Professor of July, Professor A. Abdullahi, who was in the office as academic provost from 1st July 2004 to 13 August 2012. Professor S.O. Okeni served as acting academic provost from 13 August 2012 to 1st February 2015. Professor A.S. Nwankwo became the provost of the Nigerian Defense Academy and served from the period of 2nd February 2015 to 9th February 2020. Professor Isa Garba took charge as the provost of the academy and has been in the office as the academic provost from 10th August 2020 till date. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, permit me to recognize the presence of one dignitary, Nura Isa Muhammad, the Controller General of the Correctional Service. Please, let's put our hands together for Nura Isa Muhammad. Please, sir, can stand up for recognition and let's put our hands together for him. You are welcome, sir. While we expect the special guest of honor, we want to crave your indulgence that the band should please give us a light music. The band, please help us with some light music while